Hi everyone, it's Lisa from The Charming Child. So today I would like to talk to you about potty training and how I potty train children and what age do I start. So I do start a little earlier than the norm. I start at 18 months with the children in my care. And why do I start at 18 months? You might be thinking that's a little bit young. Nope, totally capable. The second reason is that an 18-month-old is compliant. If you're waiting until your child is 2 or when your child is ready, well, you got a long wait. And a 2-year-old, let's face it, they are not very compliant. They don't want to do what you want them to do. So it just seemed counterproductive to start potty training when a child is 2. So I started 18 months, and it's a process. And it's a pleasant process. I'm not looking to see them get in underwear at 18 months. That's not the case. I start them at 18 months. So it's a calm, peaceful process. So how I begin potty training is that I start introducing it, because you have to realize that potty training is something they have to learn. It's not something that just happens miraculously. It is something that they have to be exposed to. It is something that they have to learn. And the only way they're going to learn is through repetition and being exposed to it. So I start with my 18-month-olds first by just introducing the potty to them. We use the potty when they first arrive, then after breakfast, then after lunch, before naps, and after naps. And then they're going to be going home after that. So it's just a little wave of using the potty. It's getting them introduced to it so that they become familiar with it. They know what the potty does and how it functions. So that's how we start. And as the child progresses and we have some success, then I start going about every hour trying to get them to use the potty. And then finally, what happens is that when I see that they've had, quite a few successes, then I start by asking the parents to bring these sweet little cotton panties. And they're for both boys and girls. And what's great about these little undies is that they're padded here. They're cotton and they're padded, so they're not like plastic or anything. And what this does is if the child has a little accident, it's not a giant puddle in your floor. There still will be a running down the legs so the child experiences what it feels, because it is very hard to completely potty train a child in a diaper, because let's face it, a diaper is pulling all the wetness away from them. It's no big deal, but this is a game changer. So when they start having successes on the potty, I switch up and I just ask the parents, please bring me extra change of clothes and several pairs of underwear, because we're going for it. And you will be surprised how quickly the children learned to go potty. Now, I do have them go like when I first put these on them, it's about every half hour. And you might think, wow, that's a lot of work. No, you're training a child to use the potty. It's not a lot of work. So you set the timer on your phone, and let's face it, we live in an age where everyone has their cell phone on with them, and it's on you all the time. Set it for that half hour. And when the timer goes off, timer says it's time to go potty. And that's another key, is when you use a timer, you are no longer telling them to use the potty, which causes resistance when they're 2. You say, hey, the timer says it's time to use the potty. And believe it or not, the children respond to the timer. So when you set the timer, they go potty. They try. So every half hour. And I'm telling you, 1 or 2 times of it running down their legs, and they are like, ugh, don't want this. So they're going to use the potty. Another thing you have to realize is that even if you do decide to wait until your child's 2 years of age to potty train, a lot of times you're still going to have to remind them, because they're just, they get caught up in their play and they don't remember that they have to use the potty. So you have to remind them. And again, the timer's a good thing. So, as your child progresses with the timer, you can set the timer longer. If you know that they can hold it, so set it for 45 minutes, then set it for an hour, and just tell them, you have to use the potty. You cannot pee in your pants. Now, I've recently had one of my little ones whose mother's off during the summer because she's a school teacher, and she had huge success with this method. She started doing it, and what was great about her little one is that she would start to pee in her little cotton undies, and she would stop herself and go, "Oh, I have to pee." She understood the concept. 21 months old, understood it. So believe me, your young child is totally capable. They are smarter than you think, and they are more capable than you think. So they can do this. And she's now at 21 months old, wearing the little undies all the time except for nap times and bedtime. Pretty awesome. I mean, you know, who wants to change a 2-year-old's diaper? Because let's face it, a 2-year-old's poopy diaper is pretty offensive. So if you can get your child to go past, you know, to start potty training earlier, then you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with the expense of the diapers and the changing of the diapers. It's a beautiful world. What I've seen recently is there's been this resistance to defecating in the potty. When you wait for a child to be older, it becomes like a power struggle almost. It's not that, you know, at some point it's not that the child's scared. It's that the child is having control issues and wants to control the situation. And it's something that the child can control because he's controlling or she's controlling her own body. So what I find when you start the child younger is that they're not up for the struggle. That struggle is not there. They're going to use the potty. And you know, most young children, little kids give off a warning sign when they're going to defecate, when they're going to poop. They kind of tell you, hey, like little body signals. They stop what they're doing and they freeze. Just, hey, let's go potty. Get them on there and let them go poop. Yep. So it just seems easier. There seems to be less resistance. So, you know, there you have it in a nutshell what I do. And I do also tell them that the diaper is kind of yucky. But if we wear underwear and we go pee-pee and poo-poo in the potty, it's great. I make it a big deal. I sing songs for them when they pee in the potty. It's a little exciting when a child first starts using the potty around here because we do get excited. And then the other kids get excited for that child because this is a big thing for them. And we're all proud of them. So, there you have it, how I potty train. And I'm telling you, the children that I start at 18 months, majority of them, I might have 1 or 2 that go beyond 2, are potty trained by the age of 2. Again, you still have to remind them because you can't just take them all day and not remind them because they're going to have accidents. But if you have that timer set, if you can't remember, set that timer. You know, if they've made it to an hour and a half, then let that be your goal. And every hour and a half, which is not unreasonable. And what you'll find is pretty soon they're going and they're telling you when they have to go. So, I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions about potty training, please feel free to leave a comment below or contact me. I would be more than willing to help you or, address some problems that you might be having. So guys, until next time, I hope you have a great day. Make sure you give your little ones lots of hugs and kisses. All right, bye-bye.